Head Mr. Logic, and as you already know, if this is your first time, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We hope y'all having a good time, a good time, a good weekend. You know, that's important and whatnot. I do want to say thank y'all for your patience and whatnot. I know we started off a little bit late, but allow me to introduce my lovely co-host.
Hey, you guys, it's your girl Nate. What?
Are we live?
Yes.
I don't see it on YouTube.
Well, I see it on my screen. We are live. The big red bar that
There
says
we go.
live.
It's me. Because my shit needs to be updated.
It's okay. I'm wearing my cool jacket again because it's very cold in here. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
well, I'm looking in the wrong camera. Ooh.
It's brick.
I get cold very easily. But hi, guys. It's Nate.
So as you know, we're going to keep it with tradition. How has your week been?
Really slow. But you know what? I'm blessed because sometimes, I do be complaining that there's, customers, so whatever. Again, I'm looking in the wrong camera. Oh, stupid. Anyways, my slow was okay. My week was slow, but it was okay.
Here we go.
I'm sorry. Clearly, my brain is fried. I've been stressing because one of my classes is pretty difficult, and I'm very nervous that I might not pass it. But fingers crossed. May the Lord give me the strength to study and obtain this information. God knows I need it. How was your day? How was your week?
Man, this week sucked. It sucked. It sucked to a level where
booty hole.
I don't even know how to respond to that. All I'm saying is, this week has been very challenging, but I always peep the message because, sometimes when you're going through shit, somebody just happens to talk about a conversation that you relate to, and it's like, all right, I hear what's going on. I gotta humble myself.
I do that. I'm like, I feel you. That's me in the background.
Yeah, it's like, all right, did someone tell him what was going on with me, or he just happened to hit it right on the money? I always say it like this: my week has been all right. It could be better, but I'm working on things. I gotta take responsibility for that right now. I'm in a position where some tough choices are gonna be made, so I'm hoping I make the right ones.
I know you will. I trust your judgment.
Thank you.
So I know you always make good decisions.
Well, you also want to know how y'all week was going because we know it would be stressful for you out here.
Give us the tea, guys. Give us a tea. Go in the comments. Let us know how your week or your day was. If you have any crazy stories, please put it in the comments because I'm very respectfully nosy. So
intrigued.
Oh, I am intrigued. I care about y'all.
So as you know, we got a couple topics for y'all. It's gonna be great. We're gonna let Nate start off with the first one because we're gonna bring it back to "Am I the asshole?"
Before I start off, can I just say something real quick, guys? You know how the last podcast, the last show, Jason was, asking us about what meant the world to us, and he was very surprised that we didn't say, ourselves, and that we should learn how to be a little more selfish. Okay, I get that. But Mr. Logic over here decided not to follow his own advice today.
Hold up. Wait a minute. How are you going to put me on fucking blast?
Because...
how did I not follow my own advice?
Because you were clearly very hungry.
Yeah.
And Lewis had a burrito from Taco Bell.
That he split with you.
And first of all, I had a few bites. He can even attest that I didn't have
That's cool.
half. I literally had a third of the burrito because you know me. I'm very... No, I'm good. I don't want any more. Full.
So how's that?
And so I told you, I was like, Jason, I had a late lunch and these few bites satisfy me because I know we're going to eat after. Please have the rest of the third of burrito so then Lewis can have the other one. We're trying to be sharing with you. And you're like, no, because God forbid I, make time for myself and I eat and I get my nutrients and blah, blah, blah.
I did not say anything across those lines. I might have been thinking it, but I didn't say that. All I'm saying is,
feed yourself when food is offered to you, because closed mouths don't get fed.
You're right. That's why I walked my black ass to the store and I got myself some
beefaroni.
Beefaroni Chef Boyardee.
Oh, guys, it was so good. Oh
my God. How are you gonna say it was so good? You even have any?
I didn't. I smelled it. The whole room smells like beefaroni. I'm looking at the wrong camera, Lewis.
You're both talking.
The entire podcast, the camera's like here, and I'm like, and it's like here, and I'm like, oh no. But yeah, I just wanted to say that because next time someone offers you food, aka me,
can I be frank with you?
You take it.
Can I be frank with you?
Yes.
I'm looking at it as it's one burrito. Even though you had a few bites, that's his food. He's going to want it. I'm not going to inconvenience anybody when I know I can walk to the store. I don't have a problem with it. I appreciate the concern. I appreciate the love. However, I'm good. And I ain't going to be apologetic for it. There, I said it. Now deal with it.
Whatever.
If I'm eating, my boy's eating, bro.
That's not the same shit. That's not the same shit.
That is the
no,
same
it's not because it's only
if
that.
I got food and my boy is hungry, I'm gonna give him some.
Okay, that's cool. What I'm saying is the only time I think that's acceptable is like if we're at a diner or a fucking restaurant and you got your boy sitting in the booth and he ain't eating it now, you about to eat this food with me. I ain't about to basically grub out on a full meal while you don't.
You know what?
I can't do that.
I was telling Ray the other day about because we were eating. It was my mom's birthday, you know, just this past last week. And so we went to Chili's, and my mom and I are so alike in terms of like eating food. We shared an entree because we can't finish one ourselves because it's too much and we get full too fast. So we share one entree, and it was perfect. I was like, Mom, I love you.
From Chili's.
I love from Chili's. My mom is like me, simple woman.
You mean you're like your mom?
That too.
All I'm saying is like, I don't like Chili's. When we went to Chili's, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was very disappointed.
Chili's,
the zingers weren't good.
Chili's doesn't have zingers. That's Ale House.
Well,
those are crispers. Those are crispers.
I didn't like them.
Crispers can't compare to zingers. Like, you know,
salty as hell.
They revamped their chicken strips menu, entree course, whatever, because you know they changed name and all that stuff. So I can only assume it was. I don't get chicken crispers from Chili's. I get pasta or a burger or some soup. I get that, bro. I love the baked potato soup.
Yo, I can't do that. I like home food, and if I eat, it has to be from a food truck. Don't really like fast food. I mean, Chili's is alright.
But anyways, like I was saying, I love sharing my food with people. Like my boyfriend, whenever I finish.
But that makes sense. That's your boyfriend.
No, don't say that. Don't go there because you were telling me that you would rather order like a basket of fries for your significant other and then rather than have her pick food off of your plate, be like, oh my God, this is so good. Because you're like, no, bitch, it's my food.
Yeah.
Whereas
it's normal for couples to share food. I'm just not one of them. Yeah, I don't. Doesn't mean I won't do it. I'll just be a grumpy ass person when you reach over to my plate. It's like, y'all do this all the time. You could be eating with your man. You know exactly what he eating. You're going to look at him all butterfly like, what is that? And then it's not like y'all even take a small bite. Y'all be fucking deep throating that shit and take a huge ass fucking bite. And we're just here looking at you like, this bitch. That's the honest truth. I'm not mad at you.
Whatever. It's okay.
All I'm saying is it's important. It's important to have that relationship. Like if I'm out with my shorty, well, if I had a shorty, there's just certain topics of discussion that I'm not willing to wage on, such as we go to the crab boil, right? I could love you to death. Order what the fuck you want. See, there's certain, like a Popeye's biscuit. That's the one thing you don't share. I'll give you a piece of chicken. I'll give you a piece, red beans and rice, but you ain't getting the fucking biscuit. I don't give a damn.
Wow.
You better figure it out. They got a dozen for fucking $6. Get that, but I'm not going to give you my biscuit.
Wow. You know what?
Or cornbread.
Let me tell you, I get so ecstatic, so happy when I'm eating out with my boyfriend and he doesn't like his food. And I'm like, do you want to switch? Do you want to switch entrees? And we switch them. And I'm like, this is so good. It's delicious.
That's cool. I'm not switching shit. I'm stubborn as a mule. So on that note, bring this in.
Let's go in. Let me get the story. Okay. You're gonna find this pretty interesting.
Let's see.
Also, guys, if the audio is a little weird in terms, because I hear our jackets moving, which normally isn't like that. That's you.
Yeah, it is me. My bad, y'all.
Anyways, okay. Am I the asshole for wanting to break up with my trans boyfriend because he didn't want bottom surgery? You didn't let me finish. I said because he doesn't want bottom surgery.
I'm so sorry.
You didn't even hear all of it.
That threw me off. God, what the fuck? Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Continue.
It's okay.
Continue, dog. Like, continue, bro.
Hello, Reddit. After a lot of back and forth with myself, I decided to make this post as I'm seeking for advice. This is my first post on here. I needed to get this off my chest, so sorry if all this sounds rushed. Me, 19 female, and my boyfriend, 22 male, have been dating for about 7 months. I'm a straight female that only likes men. Before me and my boyfriend got together, we had a conversation, and he ended up telling me he hasn't fully transitioned. He said he'll definitely get bottom surgery once he's financially stable and just wanted to be completely transparent before anything else continued. I told him very respectfully that I understand and I'd be happy to continue this, but I wouldn't be intimate with him until he gets the surgery. He agreed, saying it's his top priority, and everything seemed fine until there were moments where he wanted to take things further and show me new things. I'd start to feel bad as I always rejected him and would continuously tell him that I loved him, but I wouldn't be comfortable being intimate with him. He would say things like, I'm more than just what's in my pants, and my love for you should matter more. One night, he asked again, and I sort of blew up on him and asked him about the surgery. He got very upset, saying he still wasn't financially ready and that it wasn't any of my business. Again, I respectfully understood and even offered to pay for half the surgery, but he said it would be selfish of him to accept. Whenever I would bring up the topic of bottom surgery, he would get annoyed or just straight up mad. I understand that finding a good surgeon and all that stuff takes time, but it feels like he's not putting any effort into this. Last week, I brought up the idea of saving money together for the surgery, and he got extremely pissed off at me for even bringing up the idea and told me to stay out of his way or else he isn't going to get the surgery at all. I talked back and said that a relationship is with two people and shutting me out is going to bring us further apart. We both ended up in a very heated argument, and he told me that I needed to be sexually open to new things, and breaking up with him would be selfish on my part as he's more than just surgery. Don't get me wrong. I love him.
Continue.
Don't get me wrong. I love him so much, and he's one of the only good things in my life right now, but I don't think I'll be okay for having a sexually I don't think I'll be okay to have sexually open with him. He's not fully transitioned. Am I being selfish? Am I the asshole?
Okay. So just to recollect, he is born a man, right? He's born a man?
No, he was born a female. Also, my mic.
Oh, okay.
My mic sounds really weird.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Oh, okay.
So so it's a woman converted into a guy.
Yes, and
the
the
girl
guy doesn't have his bottom parts.
So they still have a cooch.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl is upset because she wants them to install the hardware already because she doesn't want to scissor with her.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he looks like a man because she says that she's into men. So, but he hasn't had the bottom surgery, and she was okay with it at first, but because then just.
Ooh, I'm gonna cook them. I'm gonna let you take this one because, okay, I'll cook first. Is she the asshole? Both of them are mentally ill. I'm just gonna call it out and see it. Y'all got some mental issues. Yes, she is the asshole because I have to live up to my name and be logical. You're talking about a surgery that will forever alter your life. You do not know nor understand what type of avenues this woman is going through who wants to do the change. And if you clearly see the rebuttal from it, it's sorry, I think I lost some audio here.
No, I hear you.
It's clearly the fact that she doesn't feel comfortable yet, and it could feel like you're waging in and pressuring her to do something that she still hasn't completely justified for herself. So as that goes further into the discussion, I have to call her an asshole because you're making it about yourself for what your needs are. And truthfully, if that's the case, you only have yourself to blame for putting up with that bullshit. Now, as far as the other individual waiting to get surgery, waiting for it to be financial, the fact that she says she would help you pay for it lets you know right now it's not even about financial. They're not committed to what they want to do. When you're committed, you're going to take all resources and help that you can. And at the same time, the girl is also another asshole because from the looks of it, she's lying about her sexuality. She's lying about her whole existence. She wants to basically benefit from everything. And the truth is, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I feel you.
To me, it's like if you were going to basically be 100 on it, that's a mental issue. That's my stay. I don't give a fuck how you feel about that. And yeah, she is the asshole. She deserves to honestly be left alone. You can't force this. This is permanent. This ain't no fucking tattoo you can get lasered off. They're adding hardware. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
that is a very specific like experience. You know, not a lot of people, you know, at least majority go through that.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's really tricky on both parts because she is the asshole for like, you know, putting a lot of pressure on her partner in terms of getting bottom surgery, because this is like a forever thing.
It's a sickness.
And what?
I said it's a sickness.
What?
That whole situation. It's already failed.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, you're right. Like, he is also the asshole for later then just like putting all the gaslighting her, putting all the blame on her, being like, oh no, if you break up with me, then you're selfish because God forbid someone breaks up with a trans person because they are, you know, exceeding the boundaries of their sexual preference. You know, like you get into this relationship and she clearly states that she's straight. She likes men. You know,
that's bullshit though.
Hey, you look like a man and, you know, I find you attractive, but you don't have bottom surgery. For me, that is kind of a big deal. You know, like in her eyes, like I feel like that's what she was like thinking.
But
and so yeah, 7 months down the line, you know, she I can only assume the sexual frustration. I mean, it's understandable.
Get a toy.
But then to just bite at each other's neck like that and just argue and get into that heated argument and just gaslight each other. No, like he was just just telling her like, no, if you break up with me, then you're the selfish one.
Yeah, he's trying to basically linger on because
she's not forced to be in the relationship with him.
But here's the thing, they both are basically shadowing and giving each other an ultimatum.
Right.
And to really think about it, she's even more an asshole as I think about it, because you're saying you're not into women. Clearly the fuck you are. And this is one thing, maybe y'all, you know, my gay.
You mean guys?
Like
she's
into guys, she says, but she's with a girl. You're fucking lying to yourself.
Because if she's with him, it's because he looks like a man and he just hasn't had bottom surgery.
But
there are guys.
No, but what I'm saying is that's hypocritical in my opinion, because it's like, yo, you like men and you're with a girl who's about to transition into being a man. So why would you even go that route? Just be with a fucking man.
We can't assume what it is because they didn't explicitly say that.
No, you're right.
All she stated was that he hasn't transitioned. And he hasn't fully transitioned because he hasn't had bottom surgery. So
I know I'm gonna rattle people when I say this, and this is how I view it, especially being from Miami. And you guys can confirm if I'm wrong or right. A lot of shorties out here are not really gay. They're only gay because they don't like the selection of or caliber of men they could choose. So they decide to opt out and get with a girl. And the reason why I say that, because straight up, like Devon, yeah, they all need help. They do. Think about it this way, right? Women flirt with other women for attention. I don't see gay men doing that. I don't see gay men pretending. Like, yo, I can understand two dudes being gay because that's extreme, right? But when I hear two girls are gay, it's like,
Okay.
I can't, and it's not for all. But I can't give it the same credibility.
What do you mean?
Because a lot of times I've seen two couples, right? I have my homegirl and she has her fiance. Both of them are fucking good looking.
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
But for the couples that one looks good and the other one looks like fucking Roseanne with Danny DeVito, make that make sense. Because if you don't like men,
regardless of hetero or homosexual relationships, in both.
No, it doesn't homosexual because
you're only speaking in homosexual relationships.
Because when I see a chick get with a dude that look like a nigga like me, what is the purpose? That's a whole nigga, my nigga. Like that's a whole dude. That's not that. That's why I can't take it serious because number one, especially in the city we live in, how many girls literally just do that for attention? Usually, in most cases, what I have understood is a lot of shorties that I know that are quote unquote gay is because they're tired of dealing with men. 2, they don't like the selection of men. Or 3, they got some mental issues. Now, mind you, are there gay couples that actually are made for each other? Yes. That actually love each other? Yes. That feel united with each other? Yes. I'm rocking with that all day. It may go against my beliefs in life, but that's based on love, and love is accepted in all shapes and forms, right? But when you're talking about status, at least the shorties out here, they're full of shit. They like the attention. They're not gay. They're either doing it for attention or they don't like the choice of men they have. And that's the truth. Can you imagine, say you see those butch lesbians, right?
Okay, yeah.
They can't get the fucking, the fine nigga. They don't qualify. So they opt out and say, fuck it, I'll get with a chick. It's not like they're sincerely attracted to. I'm not saying all. Right. I'm just going based on what I had known and witnessed for myself.
Okay.
They get with girls because they do not like the caliber of men they qualify for. Meaning, if you got a mustache like me, you feel me? If you got a tough face, and you're butch and you ain't got no body definite, no ass, you got your back looking like your chest, listen, you're going to opt out. You're going to opt out and you're going to go switch sides. Because guess what? All women want that high 1% man, right? Versus what do you think is the chances of a 1%er or a well-structured supportive man choosing a chick that look like a meatball or ogre? Like it ain't happening. So they take their loss and they choose to fuck with women. Is it all of them? No. But I literally have evidence of shorties who literally are not gay. They're only doing it because they don't like the choice of men they can pick from.
Okay. I mean,
just being real.
If you say so.
Just being real. It's like, okay, prime example. Not to go on a tangent. A lot of times we see like guys interact with women, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing irritates me more. And I'm going to give you free game. A lot of my dudes ask like, yo, how come you never sweat chicks? It's very simple. And may I be vulgar on this. For every hot chick out there, dog, there is a man tired of her shit. Either the man who's raising her or the nigga who was fucking her. Wow. So if you think that, and this goes for men too, nobody's at the top of the totem pole. No matter how fine the person is, there's always going to be somebody tired of their shit. So check yourself and realize, yo, they're just like you. They just have to match the qualities that you bring. And if they don't match the qualities, they have to be willing to strive to get to those qualities. I don't believe in that, oh, you got to be on my level. No, as long as you're willing to work to get to that level, I fucks with you all day. Now, when it comes to relationships with that, I find it so hypocritical of the mindset with a lot of these red pill dudes, a lot of these blue pill people, because one thing they do is they speak on shit they have no experience in.
Yeah, speak it, Jason.
I'm cooking. You know what I'm saying? Look, I don't mean to be disrespectful. And I know some people might say, oh, yo, saying that they're sick is offensive. No, what's offensive is the fact that you don't want to acknowledge that. See, I don't think it's a sickness because you're attracted to a girl. I don't think it's a sickness that you're attracted to a man. I'm not God. I can't speak on that. What I think is the sickness is their mentality behind it and how you try to enforce it on everybody to be accepted. That's the sickness. Nobody has to like you in this fucking world. You don't have to like me for shit.
Yeah, because regardless of sexuality, you can have said sickness in any relationship. Think of a heterosexual relationship, between a man and a woman. There are some times where the man has what you call a sickness mentality because he's just doing all this shit. He's probably gaslighting her, manipulating her, making her feel crazy, and vice versa. Women can do that to men as well.
Yeah. It's a dangerous world we live in.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And okay, so
you just had to,
So as we get into that, right? Let's final thoughts on this fucked up situation.
Oh man, I just don't think they're right for each other. It's just best that they go their own ways because you don't want to stay in a relationship where eventually you end up resenting your partner.
Big facts.
Because then all of your beautiful memories are just going to turn dark.
Until tainted, and now you hate the person you once loved.
That's just sad.
Better to walk away with your head on straight than to be walking all crooked and backwards. My final thoughts on it is, as I analyze the situation, Shorty is selfish because she's forcing something. She's not the one who has to make the change. She's not the one putting her life at risk. Yeah. And the fact that she's pushing for it, you need to be more of a supportive partner and try to understand like what's going on since they're so hesitant. 2, the partner who's transitioning is also selfish in the sense, the reason why she acts like that because she's truly scared to be alone. That's what people do when they're scared to be alone. They make wages to make the other person feel bad so they don't have to deal with their own bullshit. Both are narcissists at the end of the day. Straight the fuck up. Remember, 3 sides. Their side, her side, and the truth. So, as we get into our next topic, now that we're talking about that, let's talk about the taboo of, do you think it is appropriate for a man to move in with his chick, or do you think it should be the chick who moves in with her man?
Ooh.
And why?
Interesting. Okay, so to be honest, I don't see it as exactly what you just said. Whether the man moves in with the woman or the woman moves in with the man.
Yeah.
I see it as who has the nicer place, first of all. Whose lease is...
Hold up.
Wait,
run that back. Say that again. I know you fucking lying.
What?
I know you fucking lying. It's about who has the nicer place.
I'm sorry, but yes, if my man has a nicer place, I'd be like, I'll move out. You have a nice ass place. The drapes can go here. I'm gonna get a beanbag right over there.
Oh my God. You playing Martha Stewart and you just moving in, bro. Like, God.
Or if he moves into my place because my place is nicer, and the lease comes up, or if the situation is deemed good, then he'll move into my place, and I'll be like, look, this can be your man cave. This can be your spot. Yo,
straight up, you come in and infiltrate. You're dangerous as fuck. You're the type to put those signs up, live, love, and laugh all over the fucking house.
No. I'm not like that either.
Yeah. Yo. Okay, so allow me to break it down a little bit further, right?
Please.
Why? The reason I asked you that question is there's a lot of taboo. They say never move in with a chick because she'll hold it over your head.
Okay.
Do you believe that's true? And the reason why I ask that is a lot of times you see these female empowerment, I'm a bad bitch, I'm a boss, blah, blah, blah. In my opinion, you're just a fucking adult being responsible. However, is it safe to say that women are very easily triggered to become resentful towards their partner, depending on certain cases?
Damn, that's a toughie. Because I see it happening.
You see, but it's safe to say a lot of majority of the times we see women become resentful. Not all, but we see a lot of women become resentful towards their partner.
Okay.
Especially when they're the ones providing.
Right.
So like the taboo is, it's like, resentful if he's not pulling his weight. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. But a lot of times we see, say the dude's pulling his weight. He chose to leave his comfort zone to move in with the chick. And a lot of these toxic women nowadays will feel like they have one up over them simply because it's like, well, nigga, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have a roof over your head type shit. Or, yo, I'm a boss, yo. I don't have to be submissive because you're over here where I live. You understand what I'm saying? And I think,
I understand.
Like, I think that's why a lot of dudes is like, yo, make sure you got your own spot because one, if you're not on the lease, guys, it gonna be shitty. If you're on the lease, it gonna be some shit. Trust me, I know from experience.
So it's shit either way.
It's shit either way, but
Shit sandwich. People put mustard on it.
Maybe, but to me, my honest opinion is, I think it's more acceptable and a little bit more well balanced if your shorty moves in with you. And the reason why I say that is because us as men, we're providers. You get what I'm saying? And because we're providers, it basically gives validation for the man. I may be wrong, but it's like, yo, if I have my shorty move in with me, I feel more empowered because I'm being able to take care of my girl. Right. You get what I'm saying? I'm being able to provide housing and all that. So it puts me into my masculinity versus moving into a woman's house. You kind of lose your masculinity because you're at her mercy.
Okay. I definitely understand what you're trying to say. And I hear you. I do have to realize that a man's masculinity to some men is very important to them. Yeah. And as women, we can't really shame men for wanting their masculinity. Yeah. You know, I hear you on that part. And it's hard to not be judgmental because, you know, women just easily snap into, oh, I don't want to depend on a man because he can just throw me out the next day whenever he wants to. You know,
but
because
the rebuttal is you guys could turn off your emotion like a switch. So what's the difference?
Right. But what I'm trying to say is we have to start getting to the habit of it's okay for men to feel that way that you just said, you know, like feel like he's losing some of his masculinity when he moves into his girl's house because that's her house. You know, you're supposed to be like the provider and it's okay to feel that way. A lot of couple solution is just finding their own place, but in this economy, who can do that?
It's,
you know,
it's fucking hard.
It's horrible. Honestly, that is a very difficult decision. You know, if both of you are in a situation where you're financially stable, your leases are going up, you know, exact same. So it's just a matter of picking and choosing, and both of your places are nice. That is a tough one because
if I could say it like this, I think, and I'm gonna speak for the fellas here. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I get what you're saying. Yes, you're making straight facts. The one thing us men do not like, whether it's with our partner, our friendship, or even our family, we don't like receipts being held over our head.
Who doesn't? I mean, you know,
but that's the one fear when it comes to men versus women.
Interesting.
Because at least for my partners out there and the most men I talk, that's the worst feeling is when the person you're with is supposed to love you and they put a receipt over your head, like, look what I have done for you. And 9 out of 10 times, we see that shit all the time, especially when it comes to argument with a lady or a female friend. It's like you guys pull out a big ass book, blow the dust off that bitch. And remember when I did that? Remember when I put up with that? Remember when I took you back for this? Da, da, da. And it's like, why would we want to put ourselves in that situation? Because you don't want a true lover is not going to hold a receipt over their partner's head. But in today's modern era, that seems to be going on. We see it all the time because it's not genuine. Now, to get your final thoughts on this, because I have another topic I want to bring. So your final thoughts on men moving in versus women moving into man's crib, which do you think would be more appropriate?
So honestly,
not which one has nicer crib, just what would be more appropriate in your standard for you to move in with him or have him move in with you?
I mean, honestly, I'm standing by my answer. You know, like it's about compromise. If your relationship is your own, like if you want to move into your girl's place, so be it. You have your reasons, and vice versa. So I don't have a good reason for choosing women or man's place. I just choose whatever's convenient for you guys, financially and just overall convenient.
Okay, I like that. Tina says, but holding receipts goes both ways. Both men and women do that. I don't think anyone should that in general.
Yeah, I agree with Tina. I was gonna mention that it does goes both ways because I've had receipts hold over my head in past relationships, and it doesn't feel good. I know that women can definitely attest to not wanting that, not liking that feeling. So I think it kind of just goes both ways.
Well, my final thoughts on it, and you guys could call it however you want. I think, me personally, I'd rather have my shorty move in with me versus me move in with her.
I guess Lewis feels the same way.
Because I don't want to be put in a vulnerable position where I know I'm only loved conditionally. And I'm not saying that's all women, but let's be real. Women are attracted to successful men, what they're able to produce, what they're able to do. So me basically allowing her to come into my element, I still hold that title. Me moving into her crib, I'm at the mercy of her will. And not all women, but majority of women are not rational when they come to their feelings in play. And the one thing you don't, and not saying men don't do it, because there's some bitch ass niggas out there, but more cases than not, we see a lot of shorties move a dude in, get tired. Next thing you know, they throwing that man's fucking luggage or clothes in the middle of the hallway in the street. And this is where I'm going to make it very clear. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another reason why I would never forcefully and willfully really move into a shorty's crib unless it's an absolute like we're solid, like I know this is marriage and shit, is because when you guys are upset, when you guys are not feeling it, you will do things that no self-respecting man would, such as a man who loves his woman is not going to send you to jail. But a woman who's in her feelings, who's upset and not thinking clearly, will literally call the cops, get her man arrested, and be the same one to bail him out. Why, as a man, would I want to put myself in this situation? Not saying it can't happen in my place, but the chances of that situation going down in my confinement, in my apartment, is slim to none.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm in your place, I'm at your mercy. That's my final thoughts on it.
Okay. I mean, yeah. All the answers that you give towards women, it just, all I can think about is what type of women are you surrounding yourself with? And this can definitely go both ways, you know, because they're just, regardless of gender, there are people who are very just not completely 100% healthy to be in a relationship in terms of communication and whatnot. And, you know, there are women who act crazy towards their male significant others, and vice versa. There are men who act crazy towards their female significant others. And
I think those are not men, though. Those are bitch men, bitch niggas. And the reason I say that, because again, a real man won't ever take it to that level, especially if he loves his partner. Now, since you want to say, I don't know what type of women you dealing with, allow me to explain myself, right? As you guys know, I am naturally a fixer. I'm not saying I could fix a shorty. I'm not saying that at all. But where everybody overlooks, I try to identify and understand. So the majority of women that I have dealt with is, most of them come from trauma. But because you come from trauma doesn't mean you're not valuable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's a difference. Like I always tell people, I'm damaged, but I'm not broken. See, damage is something that could be repaired. Broken, you can't repair something that's broken, really. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just broke. It's done. But something that's damaged, if you put the time and effort in, you could get it back to where it needs to go. That's just my, you know, philosophy on it. So,
you know, the other day I was feeling some type of way. You know, I just kind of just wanted, I forgot what it was. I was just overthinking, being anxious, and me pasó, like it just passed. Okay. Nothing too big. But I have a lot of thoughts, and I was thinking, if I was with you and you noticed in my body language, because you can tell my emotion through my body language. I am very terrible at hiding it. And I was just like thinking, if Jason were to see me right now, he'd be like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
What can I do to fix it? Talk to me, like, let me help you. And I immediately got even more annoyed because it's just like, first of all, I just want to sit in my feelings. I know it's going to pass. This is probably something hormonal. I'm probably just anxious. I know what it is, and I don't want to talk about it because I know it's going to pass. And I don't know, like, and I was like, wow, like that. It says a lot about me, and it says a lot about like Jason, even though you mean well and your intentions are very pure and you want to help, some people don't want help. It's like you can't help someone who doesn't want to help themselves.
No,
sometimes the best thing to do, especially like in a relationship with a woman, is to just listen. Don't try to fix anything for her. You're not always going to be her knight in shining armor.
Entertain the conversation so she can relieve stress.
Exactly, because sometimes it's just about venting and ranting.
Well, I could dig you on that one. Now, I'll be real with you. If I had seen you that day and I see something bothering you, I'm not going to be to the degree where I got to confide it in you and fight you tooth and nail. No.
Okay.
I feel it would be my job. Like, all right, love, you good? You don't want to talk about it? All right. Since you don't want to talk about it, let's talk about something that makes you happy. Let's talk about something that's going to make you feel better and get your mind off that. And when you're ready for it, I know you're ready to talk to it. I don't believe in pressuring anybody to talk about their problem, but I do believe in basically finding a solution in the sense to get them away from that darkness, even if it's a small distraction.
Right. If I ever am in a mood and you ask me what's wrong and I'm like, I don't want to talk about it right now. I just want to sit in my feelings. And that's it. Yeah. You don't have to say anything else about, okay, let's talk about something that will make you happy, because I don't want to be happy right now. I want to feel the way that I'm feeling, and I want to go through it so I can get past it.
See,
so if you continue a conversation with Ben or someone else and you're just like changing the subject, I will jump in the conversation when I'm ready.
As a man, truthfully, I got to respect that, because it would be hypocritical for me to be like, nah, that's wrong, because a lot of us men operate that way, believe it or not. A lot of us men don't want to open up. We don't want to talk about it. And it's not so much that we want to sit in it, but it's the mindset of us is like, it's my problem and it's mine and only me to deal with. Now, just like earlier, I don't know why. Yeah, I pay attention to your body language. It's important. Pay attention to Lewis's body language is important because, again, we all have relationships with each other. So if I see something's bothering you, all right, you don't want to talk about it? Now my next job is to make you laugh and forget why the fuck you were even thinking about it. You might go home and think about it that night, but as long as I'm in your presence, we're here for a good time, not a long time. So I will do my job to, bring a smile. And yeah.
Look at the comment.
Let me see.
Great, Guild. I'm with a woman on that only a narcissistic, crazy ass chick would send her ex to jail.
I'm with a woman that only a narcissistic, crazy ass chick will send her ex to jail. Yeah. Oof. And the thing is, okay, not to double back, but do you know why women do things that men won't do?
What do you mean? Like what things?
Like you'll take it to levels such as having us arrested, fucking doing some foul shit, trying to get us fired. Do you know why women are known to do that versus why most men don't do that?
Why?
Is because women are emotionally driven and charged, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as I said 1,000 times, emotions is like liquor. It impairs your ability to think and operate straight. You know what I'm saying? So when you're in the heat of the moment, you're not thinking rational, especially if you're a woman that's been scorned. A lot of shorties make that mistake, and I'm not giving you a pass, but all I'm saying is I understand that. You get what I'm saying? Because let's be real. Women and men, when you're with somebody, given the one thing we can't get back is the time. And as my mom told me, say I'm with you, right? I could literally look you dead in the face and say, God forbid I cheat on you. All right. There's a possibility
you cheat on me
that you might forgive me on that. You'll still be hurt. We're talking about like our bond is strong and it's going to hurt you and you'll be willing to consider to forgive me. I'm not saying that you are, I'm just assuming here, right?
This
However,
bitch.
if you found out I had a whole nother relationship with responsibilities, you would never forgive me for that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, you're right.
And this is something I learned from my mom, because the truth is, women, just like men, are territorial. And nothing is already going to hurt a woman knowing that, you fucked another chick, but you understand that niggas is horny and shit. But to find out that I have a whole nother family, that I have a whole nother responsibility, and the whole time you're here trying to have my back, that's the shit that will scorn you. Dude. And cause you to do things that you normally wouldn't do if you weren't in your feelings.
Yeah, because what does she have that I don't, that you want to go above and beyond for her, but not for me?
But you see,
that's something that would come across my head.
No, I get that. And that's the problem right there. See, a difference in us, and I'm sorry to go on a tangent here, but I like where this is going. The difference between me as a man and you as a woman is, you fuck another man. Say we're together and you fucked another dude, right? I'm going to be upset. But what's really going to fucking piss me off is that if that man that you slept with doesn't have my status, if not better. As a matter of fact, it has to be better, because it's still going to hurt. But at least I know you shot for something higher that I could give you. And that ain't no sim shit. That's just free game. The nigga is part of the game. It is what it is. Because if you fucked with a nigga that had a better career than me, was able to support you more in a way that I couldn't, you charted to the game. Now, if I find out you fucked with Tyrone, who got 9 baby mamas, working as a fucking, Uber driver / fucking DoorDash, and that's the nigga you let inside of you, I cannot respect you. Yeah. Because if you're going to fuck me over, at least fuck me over for someone that's better than me. And that's the difference. That's what really hurts a lot of niggas, because same thing. If I fucking were to cheat on you and it's a badass chick that blows you out the water, you're going to be like, damn, this motherfucker. But if I fuck some fucking Danny DeVito looking bitch that got more back than she got chest and pimples and has looks like an ogre, you're going to look at me like, ew, that's who you decided to fuck.
I will, but I prefer that option.
You prefer the ugly chick?
Because
explain that.
Because if we're together and you cheat on me with this ugly ass, pata sucia ass bitch, and I'm like, wow, how low can you go? What is this, fucking Conga or whatever the game is? Like, you trying to go all down low?
But why would?
And then I look at myself in the mirror and I'd be like, you don't deserve him. He cheated on you with someone lower status of you. You are a bad bitch. I'll be looking in the mirror. I'll be telling myself that. I'll be hyping me up. But if it was a girl and she was more gorgeous than me and she, her values were top tier and she was just like the best of the best, humble and every way possible.
Yeah.
I would feel very insecure. I'd be like, wow, he saw this girl and he was like, it's, either she's probably her, but better, or she is just better in general compared to me. And I would just be like, so heartbroken, be like, oh my God.
So you would be more devastated if he fucked a fine chick versus an ugly chick?
Yeah, because then that what does that say about me,
Oh my God.
Am I wrong for thinking that way?
I can't say you're wrong. We're completely different.
Yeah.
We're a completely different species.
Yeah.
Because it's like,
because I'm thinking in my head right now.
Tina just said she agrees with you on that.
You see.
What the fuck? If you shoot for the moon and you miss, you're still amongst those stars, yo. So I say that with full confidence. I am actually dumbfounded that you rather your man fuck a ugly ogre bitch than a bitch that looks better than you.
Hold up. Okay, so my teammate said psychology says men should never stay with a woman who cheated because they'll.
Here's the thing, Mikey. Yes, in most cases you are right. Now, not to go deep into my past, right? If she left and the dude had her, she was never yours. That's the game you gotta, teach yourself. However, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I'm not giving it a pass. I'm not making excuses for it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Devon's like, yo, you need a timeout, Nat. So the reason why I say that, right? You have to understand, and I'm gonna put brothers on blast here. I gotta put the brothers on blast. Say me and you together, we take a break, right?
We were on a break.
And we were on a break. You see how you say it? Yeah, okay.
Hashtag friends.
All right, so, and you got with a nigga.
Okay.
Right? Two things I'm gonna want to know.
Okay.
Did you suck that nigga's dick? Like, yo, I'm gonna want to know. I know that sounds bad. I need to know if you gave this nigga the gok. I need to know. Okay, I need to. Did you do that? Why? Like, why? The second thing I know, listen, for y'all men, we don't give a fuck about her fucking the other guy. I just better know that you didn't do shit with him, that you didn't do shit with me.
That's betrayal.
That will set me off and allow me to explain. It's bad enough we took a break. You fucked with another nigga. That's cool. But if I found out you were doing some kinky shit that I always wanted to do with you and you did it with that motherfucker, me and you, I can't, yo. Yeah. And you sucked the nigga's dick?
Speak for yourself.
I can't. Now, me personally, getting cheated on sucks. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's a part of the process. But however, for you men out there, if you are going to beat the person up because she decided to see what was out there, you only have yourself to blame. And the reason I say you only have yourself to blame, you're in control of your emotions. You knew what time it was. You know what happens when people take a break and you're no longer in a relationship.
Yeah.
Own that shit.
And speaking facts, if we were on a break and she piped someone else, that means it's over. No caps.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. I can't say that. And the reason I can't say that, and I know a lot of people are probably going to give me slack for this.
Not break up. Not like, okay, we're officially over. No, like break. Oops, I forgot to take up. You only blame yourself and move on. No way, playa.
Well, here's the thing.
This literally happened in Friends, Jason.
No, I've never seen the show.
Where Ross and Rachel, they're dating. And Ross was completely obsessed with Rachel since high school. Like love her. And he finally had her and he fucking just let her slip away. He fumbled. And she was just so overwhelmed from a fight they had that she said they needed a break. And that could have meant, you know what? I need a break from you. Like, just stop talking. I need to cool down. And he was like, oh my God, it's over. And he went to a bar and he fucked another bitch. And they woke up in the apartment. He was like, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. She came over and she was like, I'm so sorry. I screamed at you. Please, like, let's make up. And then the same bitch is in the room. And he's like, she's hiding behind the door. And Ross is like, oh my God, what did I do? Yeah, you fucked up. And the entire series, he's like, we were on a break. Bitch, you know what?
No, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong. Let me listen. We're adults here, and correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. Once you decide to take a break, okay, a break means what? You are no longer being responsible for that person.
Is that what it means?
A break in a relationship. Now, some niggas think, oh, we're on a break, so you can't fuck with other niggas till I get my shit together, figure out what I want to do. That is selfish. If you're on a break, you're on a break. Life is going to challenge you. I'm going to see how much you really fucking care. But if we're on a break, you're on a break. Now, mind you, terms and conditions are different between couples and what the ground rules they lay. Now, if you lay down a ground rule like, yo, we're on a break, but we're not going to be fucking with other people, we're going to find ourselves, I can understand that. However, for niggas who say, oh, she basically cheated, I wouldn't get back with her. A lot of y'all niggas is lying to yourself. You got to understand, there's one factor there. It's called emotions. You love that person. You care for that person. Now, there's always going to be a saying, once a cheater, always a cheater. It is what it is. However, I've seen too many individuals that are men take their girl back and it actually works. Now, mind you, that's not for everyone. But I'm not going to sit here and be hypocritical and be like, no, I ain't going to take her back. Like, because I don't know that.
because Tina said the couple should communicate exactly what that break means. Exactly.
Yeah, I just said that.
And in Ben's case, he said, bro, if we're on a break and she sleeps with someone else and she tells me when we get back together, my imagination is way too overactive. I would only imagine the other guy. That's why I don't like hearing about exes unless it's trauma to help cleanse. I'm very chismosa, so I be telling my man,
don't ask question things you don't want to know the answers to.
No, of course. I ask questions like, you know what? If I know the answer to this, I'd be alright because
but you see how you can
but then there's some stuff where I'm like, please spare me the details. Just tell me yes or no if that happened. Yes.
But here's the thing. You're a fucking man, bro. You're a fucking man. What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? If you are going to sit and think about how she's fucking another nigga, you got issues, nigga. Cause that means you probably think about her ex like
you don't have intrusive thoughts, Jason?
No.
Must be fucking nice.
Because it's like, yo, let's be real. Let's be 100.
Sometimes I be thinking, wow, my man had other girlfriends before me.
Who gives a fuck? You're with me. But here's the thing. This is where I say be a man or be a woman. Out of all the niggas you could have been with, you're here with me now. Your past is your past. As long as I ain't gonna get no videos of you getting back shots on some fucking, especially on some Mandingo porn star shit, ain't no fucking OnlyFans videos. I don't give a fuck. Because his loss, my gain. I'm gonna basically, this is how my mentality works. Straight the fuck up.
Okay.
I don't give a fuck about your ex. I'm gonna level up. The reason I'm gonna level up is like, damn, homie, it's a shame because if you only knew how well your girl is and how smart she is and how much fucking potential and how amazing she is, that's my come up. So I don't give a fuck about your ex. I don't give a fuck about any of them. They're not relevant. So why would I even think about it? It sucks. Yeah. Now, if you got cheated on and it's fresh, of course it's going to fuck with you. But that's what you got to be a man and say what you really want. And if you're willing to go for that. You know what I'm saying? And if you're willing to go for that, you have to own it. You make your bed, you lay in it. But for the most part, if you're going to sit here and think about someone's exes and how they get down, you have a mental issue. You have some deep-rooted issue. Because what you should be focusing on is the fact that was then, this is now. As long as no outside elements from their exes come into the relationship to irritate it or to throw you off, why the fuck would you care? That sounds immature as shit when you're going to be like, oh, that ex. Nigga, fuck your ex. The fuck? You think I care? You're here with me now. That nigga lost. I came up. But if you're going to think about the ex, you have some deep-rooted issue. That means, in my opinion, you got trust issues. And you can't force that on your partner. You got to heal from that yourself. You got to own up and drop your nuts and be a man and realize, okay, damn, I got some issues. I got some shit I got to work out because there's nothing more selfish than to punish your partner for something they did when you weren't even in the fucking picture. That is fucking retarded. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. Even Tina agrees with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I understand. Overcooked and you burn the eggs. So it's okay.
You got jokes. You got jokes.
Now, Jason, let me be honest. I kid around with my boyfriend about, his past girlies and
you need to stop doing that shit. You're gonna hurt your feelings.
I joke around because sometimes I'm a little toxica and sometimes I play too much
a little
for funsies,
really?
For funsies because it's shits and giggles.
Shits and giggles.
Whatever.
It's gonna be giggles and shit.
Whatever. And so I like to always play a joke like sometimes I'll look at him and I'll be like, you loved someone else before me? And he'll be like, babe, I'm a virgin. What are you talking about? And I'll be like, oh, you're right. I forgot. Sorry. And that made me feel better. But it's a joke. It's just, we're just playing around and it's funny.
Right now. Okay, let me be the old head and warn you right now. It's funny now. Till you ask that one question and he gives you a reply that has you like, motherfucker, you did that shit?
I think that happened
you
once.
ain't did that to me. What the fuck? And that's the thing.
No, wait, I make myself feel better because I'll be like, wow, that's where you learned that. now I'm kind of glad that I didn't have to put the work into to learn that, and I just reaped the benefits. And then that made me feel better.
Hold on. Lauren says, if you must have a break, the relationship is over. It's an easy way to not fix your problems, but still have a claim over each other.
She right. That's a good.
Let me dissect that, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna say she's wrong. I'm also not gonna say she's right. This is where I have to really get critical, and maybe because I'm older than you guys, or maybe because at least what I consider a break is you not having to take responsibility for me, but you're still loyal to the relationship. That's my version of a break. Mm-hmm. If I say, babe, we need to take a break because we're clashing, we're fighting, but I'm still going to be loyal.
Okay.
And me taking a break means I'm going to fall back and I'm going to fucking work on myself and clear my head and get the help I need order to be a better man for you.
For how long?
It could be a fucking month. It could be 2 months. The point is
2 months without you?
But
Jason.
Listen. That's
probably what the other girl's gonna say. She'll be like, 2 months without you.
Probably, but it's not okay. Again, this is my definition of because some people some people think a break is like, no. If I'm on a break from you, the reason why I'm separating myself is because honestly, I want to make this work. And because things are not going the way they need to, it takes two to tangle. So as a man, I have to dial back and I got to give you time to look at yourself and give myself time to look at myself. You get what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And we come back and like, okay, now that we have spent this time apart, building and working on ourselves to be a better versions of ourselves, do we really have that connection? Now, for other people out there, they think a break means fucking around and finding out. And that's your fault. Mm-hmm. If you don't decipher what the break means, if you don't give the terms and conditions of the break, a break to me doesn't mean I'm out here acting like a hoe and fucking going to the bar and hollering at hoochies here and there. That's not a break.
Right. Yeah. Because Mikey May said agreed. But if someone goes on a break with the intent of hooking up with people they keep around, that seems like a betrayal, not just as a partner, but in respect too.
Wait, that's what, and here's the thing. Every relationship is different. Mm-hmm. The situation may be the same, but the situation is also different because the emotions that are tied to it. You as an adult, him as an adult set the fucking ground rules. If you ain't did that, if you ain't specified, guess what? You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. This is why communication is so fucking important in relationships.
It is.
You know?
Don't leave anything up to the imagination.
A lot of people who are saying, oh, yo, the relationship's over. It's over if they did that shit after you explain what you considered the break to be in the terms of the condition of the break. If the terms of the condition of the break was to honestly fix and work on yourselves and not fuck around, and you decided to step out and fuck around, you voided that contract. Then the relationship's over because you both agreed to keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, if I'm on a break from you, guess what? I'm still there for you. I'm your fucking best friend. Just because we're not working out right now doesn't mean that you're no longer my best friend.
Not everyone sees it that way, though.
I know. That's why I say for me, that's my terms and condition. Mm-hmm. I can't speak for everybody else. I can only speak for myself.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, most motherfuckers don't understand a break from the relationship is an attempt to save it. 9 out of 10 times. We see it all the time. You see people who be married separated, right? They separated. Sometimes it goes to shit. Sometimes it doesn't. But we all get sick. Sometimes too much can be overwhelming, especially with your partner. You see that person every day. Say that person has bad habits. You have bad habits. Yeah. It's hard to change something that you were brought up on and something that you're so used to, especially for somebody that you care about. Sometimes you got to, it's like work. When you're stressed out at work and it's getting the best of you, what do? You'll say, yo, I need a vacation.
I go to the bathroom and cry.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I haven't done that in a while, you guys.
In a while. But
I wait till all the customers are gone. So I look to my coworker and I'd be like, this bitch. And my coworker will be like, right? And I'll be like, yeah. And then we're trauma bonded.
That works.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is to end it on this note, yo, a break is essential because just like work, when you're overwhelmed and you got too much going on, you'll take your vacation. Why? So you can recollect and gather your thoughts and realize, is this the job I want to do? Is this something that I'm really fucking with? I need to get away from the element that is basically compromising me right now. And the same thing happens in a relationship. That's why I've always advocated it is not healthy for you to be around your partner 24/7, even if you're married.
Aww.
And the reason why I say that, mama, you have friends. If they're your real friends, they're going to tune you up and help you and navigate you in a way that I can't because I don't have that bond with you. Just like if my niggas is some real one, they're going to be like, yo, Jay, dog, you're fucking up in the relationship. You need to tighten up there. That's where the brotherhood comes in. That's where the sisterhood comes in. I am my brother's keeper. My day ones will check me when I'm moving wrong. You can't always be together. You can't even always be together with your kids. Why do you think they're always dropping those kids at the grandparents' house? Because we as human beings need separation and time for ourselves, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's parenting. Why? So we can recollect and heal. It is an emotional journey, and emotions can be fucking draining.
Dude, let me tell you, my girl best friends, there are relationships. One of them is married. The other one's just in, committed relationship.
Congrats.
And yes, congrats to them for being happy, but I don't ever see them. I have a best friend who we see each other when it's like vacation time. So it's like, you want to go to Disney? Let's go on a cruise, let's, like a fun vacation plan. And she's the one to go to. And it's fun. And then my other best friend, barely see her. Happy birthday once a year. But I know she's there and I know she loves me because she's married and she's living that married life. And I'm so happy for her because I know that if, one time in that life, I'm probably gonna be the same way where I'm gonna be stuck to the hip to my hubby's hip and be like, where are we going? You want to go to Target? You want to Starbucks? Whatever. Because I'm just obsessed with him.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And then when we do hang out like as a group, they bring their partners along. And I'm like, I feel that because my partner is also my best friend. And we have lots of fun times and giggles.
Let me ask you
this.
this.
But it would be fun to have like a girl night. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this, though.
What to put y'all in wigs?
What? Woman, you on some other shit. Do you think... Okay, so I had a rule when I was in a relationship. I was very cautious on hanging out with other couples. Okay. And the reason is because naturally by selection, your partner or yourself might start comparing shit.
Okay.
And that's why I was very like, yo, for dinner, cool. But to hang out, nah, we ain't doing that. Because I don't want to absorb whatever toxic traits they got going on because that could affect us.
Interesting.
It's because nothing feels greater than when you can fucking relate to somebody. So imagine you chilling with your friends who are also a couple, right? They get in an argument about something that you got in the argument. It just didn't go that far. And you see that, oh, damn, I feel this way too. Well, guess what? Misery needs company. That's why they say protect your relationships at all costs where you go and who you bring around it. That's why it's like, okay, now my question for you. Sorry, I know I have another question.
It's okay.
They say your single friends will keep you single. Do you feel that it is appropriate to have your friends hang out as constantly as they did when you were single versus when you're in a relationship, and why? From a woman's perspective.
That is a toughie because my girlfriends have been in relationships for as long as I can remember. To be honest, like the only single friends that I really have are like you guys.
I'm not single, I'm retarded.
Lewis says same. Samesies.
I'm not retarded, I'm just difficult.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be honest. Oh, here you go. Sorry, I had it. Oh, never mind. Oopsies.
All right.
What was your question again? Because I'm having a hard time trying to find an answer for that.
Okay. So
say it again. Say it again.
Okay. Do you think it's appropriate to have your homegirls chill at the same level that you were when you were single versus when you're in a relationship? Do you think it's acceptable?
Okay. Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yes or no, and why?
Was that a laugh?
That was Ray. That was Ray.
Oh shit.
No, I don't think it's okay because when you're single and you have single friends, you know, se atreven a hacer cualquier cosa. You do crazy stuff. You're out there, you're partying and stuff, whatever, to each their own. But yeah, when one friend is already in a relationship, you can't drag your friend out to the singles bars and to the scenes and stuff. You might have to compromise and be the third wheel every now and then.
So what you're saying is your single friends will eventually cause you to be single if you're in a relationship.
No, not always. It depends on the personality of that friend.
Because I have to call you out.
What do you mean?
Because you said it. You said it. You said it. You said that your friends, they're going out to the bar, you're in a relationship.
No, I said when you're not in a relationship.
No, but
like when both of you are single, you're doing things.
But
whatever.
you also said that because your single friends are doing single activities, it's not a good look if you're in a relationship. So
with you, yeah.
So it's safe to say that single friends will keep you single, both male and female.
Majority of the time.
Okay.
But not always.
Not always,
because it really does depend on the person. Like you're single and you don't keep me single. In fact, I know we're all friends and you uplift me and
what am I gonna do? Take you to the bar and be like, yo, get on top, Nate, start twerking. Like, no, I ain't gonna do that shit.
I look like the fucking praying mantis from Men in Black.
I know she didn't. Listen here. All right, listen here. All I'm saying is the only thing I can only speak for myself. The reason why I don't do that because I'm big on respect. You know what I'm saying? I've always been big on respect. And also, I'm a man first before anything. And as a man, I'm not here to jeopardize something that my people's worked hard for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't innocent either. Because let's be real, I'm a man at the end of the day. But my intentions will I will always try to be pure to the T. And as I try to be pure to the T, that's all I can do.
Thank you, Mikey May. Where is it? Oh,
thank you.
Wow.
We appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, y'all. You already know. So before we close out, because I have 2 questions for you.
Bring it on.
2 questions, being that you're a woman. All right.
A woman?
Yes. So I want to get your mindset and how you feel about this. There was a couple.
Okay.
Where the mom was tired, the husband comes home, and she's like, I don't want to be a mother anymore.
Oh, wow.
Now, mind you, this is not post-traumatic, postpartum, because the kid is too old for that. She's basically saying, I might as well put you on child support. You don't help me out. Da, 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 da. So he's like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? I work 12 hours a shift. He pays all the bills in the house. Mm-hmm. Mind you, he does his job as a man. Mm-hmm. She's just overwhelmed with 1 kid. What fucked me up about that is he asks, where are the kids? She says, with your mother.
Okay.
So do you see any problem with that? Because the way I look at it is, how are you coming at him? And you're saying you're doing hard, but the man's family is helping you out. Because if it was sustainable on your argument was relevant, how are you taking the kids to his mother? Mm-hmm. And it becomes toxic because I personally believe when the parents take on the position to babysit or take care of the children, it allows it allows foul behavior. Because mind you, here you are arguing with your man who works, pays all the bills, motherhood's too far, you want to travel. She literally says verbatim, I want to travel, I want to go to the bar with my friend, I want to go to the club, da-da-da-da-da, and you here just always working. All right, cool. But you're using his mother why ain't you using your own mother to babysit that child? How can you literally go at him sideways when the village that is help raising your child is from his family? Do you feel she's out of pocket for that? Or do you feel it's justifiable to her argument?
So she's basically shitting on her husband because he works a lot.
Mm-hmm. And she feels that she should be able to go out, go party with her friend, go
Okay.
travel.
But she can
She's a mother.
But she can do most of that if she's gonna be considered a bad mom, but she can do most of that if, you know, his mother is helping her.
Exactly.
Like babysit.
But how can she make that argument saying she's doing it by herself when the bitch is using his mom's? And she's going at his throat when his mom,
like, he doesn't help out and she feels like a single mom.
Yeah, but then she's how are you single mom when he's paying all the bills and his mom is holding you down to give you a break? I think that is selfish, entitled, narcissist.
Look. I know you feel very strongly about this. I'm not a mom, so I don't know what it feels like. You know, a lot of new moms out there, or just moms, you know, raising their kids, can often feel overwhelmed. You know, it's a change in lifestyle. You have another human being in the world. Not only did you go through a physical change, but you're going through a mental change, and your whole reality is changing because of your child. It really does suck when some women, you know, regardless of postpartum depression, they feel like they're not connecting with their child, or they just feel like they miss their old lifestyle, you know, like they don't want to change their lives for their kids. And that's very, I can understand how it can be very difficult, and it's a sucky situation because no one wants to be in that situation. How do you fix that? Either you give up everything that makes you happy for your kid, or you give up your kid to do what makes you happy. Well, either way, like, the outcome, it's just,
you know, that's a lot of fear from a lot of men have. This is why I say make sure the shorty you pick is the right one.
Right.
Because I know one thing that would scare me would be to have a child and the mother doesn't want to do her part. Because it's not even about how I feel. It's about the fucking child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, not a lot of people feel that way, unfortunately. But to be honest, in that situation, like, you know, hypocrite or not, or whether she, you know, invalid argument, the fact that, you know, the kid has their grandparents to at least try to help them out, it's good, and it helps the parents. You know, I can only hope that one day they both find a way to, you know, compromise and find a way to live their life as happily as they can without jeopardizing their child's.
But do you feel, you know, her argument, with that being said, is it easy to say that her argument is contradicting? To say she's doing it by herself and that he doesn't help, but he's doing his part and his family's helping you.
It could be. I don't know if the mom has always been helping her or just started helping her after.
Well, the video doesn't show.
It doesn't. I don't know.
We're going to take it at face value.
Right. It really depends. I can see why she feels like a single mom. That doesn't mean the dad isn't helping, because there are a lot of men who help out financially, and that goes a long way. But when it comes to emotionally taking care of a child and actually being there every step of the way, I can only assume, like, for one person to do, it can be so, like, a lot and overwhelming. I mean, a newborn wakes up in the middle of the night. This isn't like a dog.
No, it's hard.
It's not like a dog where you can, like, a puppy, leave out, you know, the mom is there, the milk, or if not, leave the milk out. These animals have instincts, you know, like, no, you gotta literally get up and like care for your child. You know, I would want my partner to take paternity leave for as long as I can, so we can both, like, switch off and not have to sacrifice our mental health. Because exactly like you said last episode, in order to, like, want to help and care for the ones we love, we have to be good ourselves, and we have to check ourselves.
True that. So we're gonna close out. Make sure this is your first time you hit that like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? And message for the day is this, yo. Life is going to shake you up. It's going to fuck you up. When that storm comes, some people say you got to tell yourself you are the storm. I say cast your line. Because where chaos ensues, when you have faith, you're grounded, and your toes are planted down, you can't be moved. You know what I'm saying? For every gray sky, there's a sun coming right after that. So I don't know what you guys are going through, but if I know myself, I'm going through a lot of hardships. I can only imagine what y'all going through. Just
go to Jason. He's a fixer.
Okay, well, great advertisement. I'll try my best. But plant your feet, yo. You woke up today, you got a roof over your head, you got food in your stomach, you're winning. A lot of times in life, we don't know where we want to be or we feel like we're not going to get there. One thing's for sure, yo. Two things for certain. Consistency overrules all.
Yeah.
So, where can they find you, love?
You guys can find me on Instagram. It's my first name, Natalie, 2 I's, 2 E's _01.
And it's your gearhead, yo. You can find me at Logic142. You know what I'm saying? The bike is about to be running, so you're about to see some crazy videos, you know, me running it back and whatnot.
Jason, where are you going?
You know, you guys are going to hate me.
Ugh.
But, you know what I'm saying? We thank y'all for tuning in with
Tune in
y'all,
next
man.
week.
Mad love,
For
love
the
and respect.
shenanigans.
Oh, also, we're going to have a couple games going with some rewards for some gift cards next week. So make sure you tune in. They're going to be digital downloads, so no cheating. All right? As you know, this is one thing for sure, two things for certain. Holla.
Woo, love you guys. Woo. Hearts. I can't put that many hearts because I have to end.
That was good.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.